Star Wars: The Acolyte, a show that limped into existence on Disney's Plus service and ultimately limped out of existence, losing a large percentage of its viewership, and between cringy clapback rap videos to everything else in between, this show exists and is arguably the worst thing Disney have ever created. So I'm going to talk about the objective reasons why it's so bad. And this is my review after downloading it and watching it for you people. Hi, I'm Will. I'm the host of the Bald Book Geek. Like, sub, do the usual, and don't forget my Patreon and memberships are available on this channel if you want exclusive content and early access to content. Let's talk about Star Wars: The Acolyte. I'm a long-time fan of Star Wars. I grew up with it, and I remember getting the VHS tapes, for Christmas 1995, and inhaling that original trilogy. In my mind, despite their flaws, I think the prequel trilogy at least feel like Star Wars, and are better written than anything Disney have produced. And while Disney have had occasional hits, the first season of The Mandalorian, for example, everything else seems to have fallen flat or just been uninteresting. Disney are yet to make back the money they spent on the IP. So, let's go into it. Lackluster writing stares out in this show. It's its most glaring flaw. Dialogue feels stunted and unnatural. It lacks wit and gravitas that you come to expect from Star Wars. Characters are horribly underdeveloped, and in my humble opinion, makes it difficult to form an emotional connection with them. Key plot points feel rushed or dragged out, resulting in pacing that's both erratic and frustrating. The series fails to build tension or excitement, and it often left it feeling kind of disinterested and detached from the show. One of the other issues with The Acolyte is the blatant disregard for established Star Wars canon. The series introduces concepts and events that contradicted previously established lore. The contradiction of the lore that has existed, even Disney's own canon, it's created a very weird, confused plot. And honestly, I think breaking that has diminished the richness of the Star Wars universe. If you want there are plenty of other non-canon now stuff in the Legends timeline that far outweighs this, that sticks, ironically, more to canon than this. For instance, the portrayal of the Sith and their practices is inconsistent with where they're seen in other media, and honestly I think that undermines the depth of the mythology of the Sith in so many ways. There are countless lore-breaking things and flaws within this show that exist, and ultimately I think it's left it feeling shallow and more like fan fiction than anything else. The disappointing characters are another major letdown. Protagonists and antagonists alike are one-dimensional, lacking complexity and nuance that make Star Wars characters memorable. The show fails to provide compelling motivations for their actions, rendering their journey unengaging and unconvincing. Every character all the familiar characters are mishandled and behaving in ways that feel out of character based on their established histories. Again, that goes to the canon break. The new canon characters just purely exist as a plot device rather than actually engaging in the story. And let's not get going on space witches making babies with the Force. I mean, isn't that meant to be a big deal and undermines the whole existence of Anakin? The disappointing characters shine through in this, and it's just flat and uneven. Visuals and production. While the production values are quite high in certain things, the set design and most of the other elements kind of fall flat. Often many of the special effects feel shallow They're spectacle without a solid story to support them, and everything feels really small, and this seems to be a thing with modern television. The sets feel claustrophobic. Even the green screen shots and the background shots and all of that feels small and disconnected. They don't really do anything. Considering the amount of money spent on this show, and some of the visual effects looking very good, why does everything feel so small and like they filmed in a 4x4 room? Why are the production values so all over the place? And why is Disney so inconsistent with their production values? But considering, let's be real, they're probably not paying their artists that much money. And everything is on a tight deadline. They are well known for not giving their artists enough time. Honestly, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I think the Acolyte had potential. I liked the concept of it, and I liked the idea of what they were trying to do it. But instead, it's just a missed opportunity with poor writing and disregard for canon. It missed a chance to expand a universe in a meaningful and coherent way. It's a shockingly disappointing addition to the franchise, and the bad writing, canon-breaking elements make it frustrating to watch for die-hard fans. It's a stark reminder that even the most beloved universe can be mishandled, and leaving us hoping for future installments will learn from that mistake. But at this point, I don't think Disney are in the position to do it. They'll double down on all of this, and to quote the Pandaverse, put a chick in it, make it gay. A disjointed, boring show, canon-breaking, and destroyed a universe that could be rich and intriguing, even breaking Disney's own concept of what they've created. Writers that clearly didn't know what they were doing and based their characters on tabletop things they created, actors that weren't cast in the show and just picked because they liked them in other things. And then, let's be honest, a cringy clapback video from one of the stars of the show who moaned about privilege in Hollywood, yet comes from an extremely privileged background, and her career is literally been created by something she apparently hates so much. Overall, an uninteresting show that left me cold and left me wondering what's the point. Why create the show in the first place, and why even bother? The Acolyte serves as a lesson in bad writing, and actually, if you want to be a good writer, maybe watch this show and realise what not to do. It's sad that Star Wars has been turned into a dead cow being put for a mincer once again, when there's nothing but bones of a franchise left. So, I will leave this here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.